Hello creative designers, thank you for watching Aero Productions. In today's image editing tutorial, I would like to show you how to add melanin skin tone to your images. And you can turn your image that looked like this into that, or that image to that. At least you're adding some natural beauty, then that image to that image. Without further ado, I would like us to start off this tutorial. Now, first of all, I would like you to allow me to use this image for Vivian. Vivian, thank you so much for allowing me to use your image in this tutorial. So I will use her image during this tutorial. And the first thing I want to do is just to delete this group so that I can start from scratch. Then I will duplicate this layer so that in case I make a mistake, I have a photo to go back to. So I'll just call this Vivian. Then I would like to add adjustment layers to this image, and we shall be focusing on her face alone. You'll find that a client is giving you portraits that, of course, a portrait is made something like a close-up, and of course you'll be focusing on her face. So the first adjustment layer I will add is a black and white. So I'll come to adjustment layers, then add black and white so that this image is desaturated. Then from there we can start from scratch. Then this black and white, I'll change the blending mode to multiply, just like that. Then I realize that it's too much. I will reduce its opacity to something like 76 is good, or you can, it depends on the type of image and the lighting in your image. So this, do not cram this, because your image will have a different of course lighting. Then we shall also add an adjustment layer, the same black and white. Then I will also change its blending mode to multiply. Then I'll also reduce this opacity to something like 38, or let me say 35. You can see our image slowly by slowly is gaining that melanin, and it's becoming more natural beauty than it was. I would also add an adjustment layer. Of course, I just need to balance the lighting, the colors in this, so I'll add a color balance adjustment layer. Then in the color balance, when I've selected the midtones, I will reduce the cyan just a little bit to something like -5. Yeah. Then in the shadows, I'll also reduce the cyan to something like -3, because it's adding some beauty in the photo. Then I'll also add an adjustment layer, a black and white, and I guess this will be the last black and white layer we are adding. So I'll just add a black and white, and then I will also change its blending mode to multiply. And again, it is too dark, so I will reduce the opacity a little bit so that it is not that dark, to something like 26. I think that's okay. And you can see the image is dull, so I would want to add an adjustment layer for brightness. So I'll just come here and click and select brightness. Then I will increase the brightness, and again, this will depend on the type of image you have. This will vary from one image to another. Then also I may want to add some contrast in it, and just raise this brightness a little bit high. Then at least you can see we are somewhere, we are not badly off. The next adjustment layer I want to add is just selective colors. So I'll just come here and say selective color, and I'll make sure that the reds are selected. Then I will reduce this cyan to something like -30. Then I'll also reduce the magenta to something like -12. I hope you understand these colors. If you do not, kindly find an tutorial that explains the colors. So I'll leave the opacity at 100. Then I will add some curves so that we're just trying to add some melanin, you know, to make this photo more beautiful. So in this, when I have selected the red, green, blue, I want to reduce or to darken the shadows a bit and to raise the highlights to something like that. Do not overdo it because it won't be that cute. Kindly just add a little bit of it and it will be that beautiful. Maybe I can also adjust the blues to maybe just add a little bit of the blues. Do not add too much of it because you know it will distract, or it won't be that beautiful. So just add a little bit of it to something like that. Then we are about to finish this. Then the last adjustment layer I want to add is the levels. So I just want to darken it a bit. So I'll take this the center towards my right, but I won't overdo it to somewhere like that, and also the shadows to darken them a bit, just like that. At least we have the natural beauty that Vivian deserves, just like this. And once you print this image, you'll feel the difference between the two images. And of course, this one, if you put on your wall, I mean, someone will see the beauty of this image. So what I want to do, I want to show you the before and after. So allow me to group this. Just select all of them, then group them. And that was before, and this is after. So this one you'll do to many images depending on the lighting in your image and all that. And of course, if I can still apply the same effect to the photos that I had, you see it's still beautiful. If that is before, this is after. So you see, in most cases these settings might apply to most of the images, like this is before and this is after. For this image, you want to deal with the blacks. You can see she's putting on the top is black, and of course her hairstyle of course is also black. So you would want to regulate the amount of black that is in the shadows and the highlights. Maybe you can raise them a bit and all that. And again, I just want to say, if you like this video, give it thumbs up, and I hope to find you in the next tutorial. And in case you are new to my YouTube channel, I would like you to subscribe to this channel. Leave me a comment, tell me which tutorial do you want me to make, and I will of course answer to your request. I read all my comments and I respond to all my comments. Otherwise, let's meet in the next tutorial.